busy about doing is practice games. I think practice games are some of the best things to be busy doing with your chess aspirations, watching games, studying games, listening to other players, and generally just immersing yourself in the game. So I've been doing more and more of that as I've started this channel. And I have a practice game here that we'll do at level 4, and I will go with my opening. I have recently learned that one of the things I love to do in an opening is not a good thing to do if we have the 4-knight opening. So if we have the 4-knight opening here and my opponent makes this move, I may go ahead and try to capitalize on it. So it would, yeah, so I can go ahead and put this up. That is my standard thing, and I haven't found anything opposed to that yet, although that could happen. Okay, so they didn't take the move. So if I take this move, like I love to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this move, but this is no longer a good move. It's not going to be my favorite anymore. Because if I take that move, and then if this knight takes this pawn, and I take that pawn with my knight, this pawn can advance and fork both my pieces. So this is not a good move. It turns out that on Lee chess, it's like, I don't know, 410,000 people have made this mistake recently or whatever. So I'm not going to do that move anymore. Instead, I'm going to move these pawns up. And this is really close to a standard opening. Now, I didn't move this pawn, so normally I would move this pawn up so that so the bishop or the knight can take up residence on this square. Now, the knight did go there, which is pretty common, and he's probably going to take my knight, but is protected by my queen, which I'm quite happy about. And now then, I will say this. When he went there, if I had gone here, he might have taken my bishop, because most people consider the bishop to be more important than the knight. In this case, he did not. However, that gives me, a little bit of up, I think, to have my bishop there instead of my queen. So I have both bishops lined up, and this is coming down here. It's so good to keep in mind what's going on. Now I can go and pin that knight. I'm going to move my queen up here to protect my bishop when I get here, because if you don't protect your bishop when you go there, this knight can move somewhere, take a pawn or whatever. And if you don't have your bishop protected and you go to take the knight, then the queen gets the bishop. And well, if your knight's gone, which in my case it is. So I can't go here. So let me go ahead and castle. And now I'm looking for weaknesses. So strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here's a threat here. If he takes, I will take here. If he goes forward one more, then I've got this problem of having my my knight and bishop, forked by the pawn. So I'm going to take that away. He's going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and go there because I don't want to sacrifice my queen at this time. Well, he did that. So here we go. I guess we'll trade queens if he wants to. And he does. All right. So that was a pretty tricky exchange. I didn't really have a ton of choice. And so are we still even? We are. We're still even. I have a bishop and a knight. He has 2 bishops. And, I didn't protect that. How frustrating. I'm going to go back and protect that. Don't leave a pawn hanging. All right, so I'm going to move my king over here so it's protected from any kind of a diagonal push. And he went here. This is unprotected. And I'm going to go here. This is a weakness. And no more. All right, so I see I can go here, and then I can go to this square here and begin to cause trouble. Well, this lets me fork his rook, and this pawn. Oh, I can't get that pawn. So I can't do anything really fun. So if I go here, so I think that what I'll do is just get this bishop out of the way. So I'm wasting a couple of moves here. And I'm going to advance there. I don't want that to come any further. and he's threatening my knight. So I'm going to advance this pawn, and he may take en passant. If he does, he did that. Took my knight. Now I can take this pawn, and I think I can get this pawn for free. I did. So now I have to either take this pawn or not. So I don't see anything really incredible to do. I'm going to go ahead and block this corridor off. And then I'm going to let him take my rook if he wants to. Alright, so we traded rooks. Now I'm going to advance this pawn up and see if... Well, I wasn't able to do that, was I? So I could put him in check for no real purpose. Alright, so I'm going to go back to... well, I'll just make him move that pawn up. I think I'll get one of these pawns. Okay, I did. So I can go here and take this pawn. And he's offering to trade rooks. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. If he waits a little bit, I'll have a passed pawn situation. All right, we have a black rook and a white rook. See what we can do with that. So I can go ahead and take that. And we have a passed pawn. And he's going to go there. Wow, that's kind of a problem. That is indeed a problem. So I'm just going to advance up here and see what I can do with these pawns. And I will be sure and leave my pawns on. All right, so I think I'll get this pawn. And he has his eyes on this pawn. Oh, he's going to get a pawn. This level 4 game is being a lot more challenging than I expected it to be. Oh, and he's doing this up here. All right, so I'm going to go down here, which does let him... All right, so I'm going to go here. He'll have to move his bishop. Okay, so... Wow. We are sort of at an impasse. That's amazing. So now, I'm going to go ahead here and protect that. Grief, I think I would just go ahead. Oh, look at that, en passant. All right, that was the break that I needed. So he's going to do that. So we can take this pawn while we're here. And I'm going to take the trip back up here and at least get rid of his troubling bishop. This is a long game, way longer than I expected it to be. He should have taken his king up here to cause me trouble, but he didn't. All right, so I'm going to go here, and I will trade. He'll have to trade his bishop for the pawn. Great. Now, can I advance a pawn? He's going to take this pawn down here, and then I'm going to take this up here. And can I get... I don't know. I think we're going toward a stalemate. Oh, maybe not. No, he shouldn't have quit following my pawn. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is a kind of game you need to be able to win. You want to you need to get the king on one of the outer rows, so you can bring your king up. But the thing is, you don't want okay, so he did that. So I'm going to go here. and keep getting him. So I really need to be here. So he did that. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward. All right, so he went down. All right, so now I can put him in checkmate. What a game. Oh, my goodness. So I'm sure you saw plenty of errors, and I could whine and beg and say, oh, I just didn't see how it was going to be. But the thing is that's how games go. All right, checkmate. What a deal. All right, let's play another practice game before I go out to chess.com. All right, so let's go here, and let's get everything out of the back row. And as soon as we need to, I'm going to go ahead and protect this here, because this bishop can come and take my knight. Now I have to get my knight out and protect my pawn. I'm going to go here. So we're going to have the 4 knights opening, which is fine. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go here to protect that, in case I want to move my knight somewhere. All right, so there is a weakness. Well, he went there. So that's going to be his standard thing. If I don't put my bishop here, and maybe I can find a way to get my bishop up there without it being such a pain. I don't know. So now he's got his bishop protecting his knight. I don't have a cool thing I can do. My knight isn't here. Let's see. What can I do? I can put a rook here. I love to double stack my rooks on a column. So I have a lot of things in this part of the board. I have my... So he's going to go there. That does actually give me an opportunity. So I can't. That is not an opportunity. All right, so we're going to advance here. And we're going to do that. And that's this. So I can move... I can just move here and support. I could have taken that pawn. All right, so that is a thing. All right, so I should have taken that pawn before I did anything else. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pawn. And I'm going to... Oh, wow, look at that. Checkmate. That was a lot better, but it was like a checkmate of opportunity. I didn't really realize what was going on. All right, thank you for watching, and please let me know what you think about how I should have played that game, or things you saw that I could have done better. Because the very next game I plan to go on to chess.com, and I'm going to go and play 1 or 2 10-minute games and see how that goes. I have been able to increase my rating a little bit, so I want to get up to 1,000 or 1,200 in the coming weeks or months, however long it takes. And so I'm going to be practicing and studying and sharing the journey with you. Thank you for incredible support of this channel. It's amazing. And if you're still with me and you think I've earned it, please hit the subscribe button and the like button and comment and share and all that good stuff. And let me know what you think. I really appreciate it. Negative or positive comments, I don't care. Just give me what you think, because I'm sure that either way, it'll be a learning experience. And so I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll check you later.